Relationships can be tricky, even when your family members are all healthy.
But when someone you are close to is battling alcoholism, it can be just such a tremendous challenge. So in today's Relationship Reboot, we're getting advice on communicating in families with alcoholism. Joining us now is our relationship guru, Dr. Carol Bearse. Carol, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
This, we know, is a problem that comes up very often when families go through divorce or therapy or whatever. It's very, very common.
It's really common. 76 million people in the U.S. have either been married to, grew up in, or have a close relative who is an alcoholic. So 43% of the population.
43%. I mean, that's almost half of the U.S.
Isn't it crazy? And 6.6 million children under the age of 18 are currently living in a household with one or more parents who are alcoholics.
So tough for those kids, right?
It's so incredibly hard. You know, and we know that parents who are alcoholics, of course, have really negative effects on their children.
Sure.
Lack of structure in the home, lack of discipline, increases in conflict. You know, even family isolation from the community, because we start to protect, you know, each other from the embarrassing behavior.
Let's talk a little bit about communication in the family dynamic when alcoholics, you know, when that's a part of your family. How is it different?
Well, so there's some really interesting research on this. Some in the Journal of Family Communication published just this year. One of the things that we know about communication in alcoholic families is there's this pervasive rule that starts to take over, and it's called the don't talk rule. Don't talk about the alcoholism. Don't talk about this crazy behavior that we see.
We don't want to upset or trigger or whatever.
Well, yeah, and there's a whole host of reasons for it. And a lot of times this don't talk rule begins when we start to kind of rationalize that behavior or explain it. Like, Dad's had a hard day. I'm not doing that to you. This isn't an intervention. This Dad's had a hard day. He's, you know, tired. And this rule starts to take over. Children as young as age 4 start to know how not to rock the boat.
Interesting.
Boy. And that has all sorts of ramifications for the way that you have any sort of communication, any interaction.
Right, and so, you know, a lot of us believe with any significant problems, ignore it and maybe it'll go away.
You say that's especially hard for young adults. Why is that?
You know, so when we think about the young adult who might have grown up in an alcoholic family with 1 or 2 alcoholic parents, and they breathe a sigh of relief. You know, they get out into the world, they're in college, they are starting their own, you know, significant adult relationships. And one of the things the research is telling us is that those young adults start to feel a loneliness that they can't quite put their finger on, and they have a hard time maintaining intimate relationships.
Really?
And
just
you know,
because one of their family members has been affected by alcoholism?
So a lot of times when you grow up with that don't talk about the taboo topic, don't talk about the elephant in the room, it carries over. You know, so it's a pattern. So
you've learned this is how you communicate.
Right.
You don't.
Right. So you know you're keeping secrets, and so a lot of times young adults don't know why. You know, they think, oh, I've survived this, and they don't know why they're feeling this loneliness.
What do they do?
What do they do then about it? Yeah, well, great question. You know, I work with so many young adults in my field as a professor, and one of the things that I recommend, and we all professionals recommend, is get some help from outside of your family system. You know, so find a licensed marriage and family therapist, or find a licensed counselor to help you figure out, you know, what kind of patterns do you not want to bring forward into your own relationship.
That's really interesting. And I think that's something too when this is happening to you. I mean, what sort of resources are there for people to get help? Yeah,
you know, I love that you're asking that question, because there's so many free resources right in your own communities. Al-Anon is such a great one for family members. So Al-Anon, you know, part of AA, to help support you if you recognize that someone in your family is an alcoholic or has problem alcohol behavior. If you yourself are having this problem, of course, noticing your problem drinking, you know, seek out AA, seek out community resources.
Just know you're affecting far more than just yourself.
You have to deal with this. Break the silence for yourself or others.
Very important, important topic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.